Hello and welcome back to HCS Weekly.
I thought, yo, this is my life. I have to go pro in Halo.
In my head, thought that was more efficient, and I guess I was right.
He was like the god. We would have to 2v1 like just to beat this guy. Like
I don't know, man. I'll try to reach in. You're like, oh, see you guys later.
A lot of Halo in my life, man. It's been a fun journey.
I love it. Hello and welcome back to HCS Weekly, your weekly destination for all things HCS. In today's episode, we've got a lot to look forward to. We're doing a three-way conversation with Vetoed and Ubernick. It's going to be a ton of fun, and I'm just so excited to see what they've been up to with their channels. They got the 152 grind. They've been hitting massive viewer numbers on Twitch for Halo 5, which is incredible as well. So something to look forward to, but of course, we also have Face It this weekend. We also have tons of big events coming up in the future. So we have our news, we have our trick jumps. Let's get through that first, and we also have our grassroots giveaway. Type !grassroots in the chat, and you can enter yourself in this giveaway. We do it every single week. At the end of the show, we will give away the BR skin and the nameplate. So just type !grassroots for your chance to win. Let's get right into the news of MattyRums from DubeCombo.com. How's it going, Matty?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Not much. You gotta maybe give me a second here. I don't know what I'm looking at. I literally, the show just started, and I see all four people. I see Vetoed, I see Nick, I see Clearly, and I see you in the corner, but I don't see the show layout. Tony, help me. Like,
There's too many. I think you can only fit 4 in a window. That's why.
Do I want the regular show layout, and I can kind of see the regular show layout in a tiny little bubble in the top right-hand corner of my screen.
Yeah, click and drag that to something, and it'll pop up.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
You're amazing. So I got it in the bottom. Okay, we'll do this up here. No, I can't move it out of the bottom. I hate Skype, dude. All right, we're going to keep you in the bottom right-hand corner. How you been, Matty? What do we got for news this week? We got a lot going on?
We got a little bit of stuff. We got a lot of Halo Classic news.
Mm-hmm.
But first up was the flighting update. There was a playlist update, but all they did was add a BTB map to Halo 2 Anniversary.
Okay, let's take a look at that. So we've got flight number 2. So Fireflight delayed because of the blocking bugs?
Yeah, they're calling them blocking bugs. Basically, they're bugs that they found that are too important to just let go through because it's pretty much making the build inoperable.
Huh.
So Postums posted a detailed list on Waypoint and pretty much said that there's 4 rings that a build needs to pass before it gets put out to flighting.
Okay.
And the bugs that they have right now for Firefight is preventing it from passing ring 2. So that's where they stand right now.
We have no idea how long the delay is going to be, when they're going to. Okay.
No, but
so we're still kind of kept.
Yeah, the same thing they've been saying is ready when it's ready.
Ready when it's ready.
But he did say the bugs that are blocking it, there's a security issue. There's menu delays and matchmaking errors. If you open the settings during gameplay, it causes the roster to stay on the screen. If you're playing at a higher resolution on PC, it causes frame loss, and the game even crashes when you do matchmaking. So
yeah,
those are pretty significant, especially the game crashing when you try and play.
Yeah, all totally game breaking, and that's the thing too, is like they're in a position where, considering the original launch of MCC, like we just can't have this, we can't have a mistake, right? So everything needs to be flawless. So I understand. It sucks, man.
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks because we're just playing a waiting game here. We've been waiting for so long, and it's like you think it's coming this summer, you think all of it's going to be here by the holidays, and I just don't even know how that's going to be a reality at the rate that we're seeing it come out. So I just fingers crossed that we get more updates and we can get at least Fireflight or something of the like. Because I know just last week we were talking about the issues on the original Xbox One and how it doesn't have the memory to support the new Unreal Engine 4 and the updates to customization. So just not the greatest news, but we're gonna keep waiting and hope that it's amazing when it launches, and that we finally get to play some Halo on PC and launch that on Steam, which will be amazing too. We also have Team Reciprocity exiting Halo. What's going on? We got a lot of unfortunate news here.
Yeah, they put out a tweet saying that they're leaving Halo for now. They will be back for Infinite, or they say, but they thank Pistola, Lunchbox, and Roy. But Snipedown still remains with the org, but he'll be playing Apex Legends.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing I want to do. Yeah, I got
giggling in the background.
Ubernick, I can hear you laughing. I don't know what you're laughing at, but I hear you laughing. And I would love to know what it is. And I'll probably ask about it when we finally get over to you. If you don't mind, though, do mute your mic for now. Sorry to cut you out of there. But Ubernick's in the background, as you guys know, he's going to be on the show very soon. And something you guys are doing in the chat is making him laugh. Or maybe it's vetoed. I don't know. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of that in today's episode. But yeah, so Team Reciprocity, like you said, exits Halo. Snipedown will be sticking with the squad as well. Snipedown has been he's been killing it in Apex.
He killed it at X Games.
So not only did he get silver medal, he got the Apex Predator Award, which is the most kills in the event, and that's crazy for the one. He was got to be one of the only players who was using controller in that event. He's playing against sponsored players, the best players in the world. Like that, if that's not a perfect example of how effective you can be on controller versus mouse and keyboard, then I don't know what it is really. I think that's just the room for human error that you can have between mouse and keyboard and between controller. Just like. If you're a smart enough player, you can kind of overcome it. You know what I mean? Like nobody's ever going to be flawless or perfect. Anyway, not to get into a whole spiel about it, I just think Snipedown's doing big things for controller gamers and for Apex.
Oh, yeah.
So he will remain with Reciprocity. It's unfortunate that Roy and Lunchbox and Ola, just absolute legends in the community, will not be with that team for now. But hopefully in the near future, with Halo Reach, with Halo Infinite, we can start to see them come back. We also have Europa Halo announcing Halo Wars 2 World Series. What's this?
Yeah, so they decided to expand their org into Halo Wars 2. They're doing one World Series that's going to take place later this year. There's no date yet, but it's going to be 1v1 format, and they're holding a seeding qualifier on September 1st, which you can register for now. If you check them out, I think it's HW2 Europa Halo on Twitter.
Awesome. Sweet. So Europa Halo not only doing Halo 5, like just the Halo events that they're doing in the FPS side of things, but Halo Wars as well. So if you guys like Halo Wars, make sure to check that out. Blam Gaming announces Halo Series. What's this?
Yeah, so it's going to be it's similar to, I think we announced it last week. The Carolina Gaming League has the Halo season they're doing Halo 3. This is pretty much the same layout, but they're doing a Halo 5 2v2. And it's going to be a hardcore team slayer. They're having 5 preliminary tournaments, each with a $100 prize for first place. The winner of each prelim is a guaranteed entry into the grand finale. The grand finale has a prize pool of $1,000, and that grand finale would be October 20th.
Right.
They're going to cast the matches, and it's going to be Goofy and Ryan casting.
Wow.
Yeah, and the first preliminary is this Friday, August 16th, and you can register at blam.live, BLAM.LIVE.
Okay. And honestly, the biggest thing that jumped out at me right there, well, first of all, it's great to have some Halo 5 2v2 hardcore team slayer, getting more events from another community, another, Blam Gaming in this case. But Goofy and Ryan casting, I've never seen either of those guys cast. When I interviewed Ryan Noob, we had this interesting discussion right after the interview where he said that it was a big goal of his to become a caster. Like he's been a competitive gamer for a while. Of course, he still probably wants to continue being one, but the ultimate goal after that was to get into casting, get into commentary. And he's a competitive guy. He's like, watch out, ShyWay. I'm going to be on that desk. So let's see. I can't wait to see what Ryan Noob has for casting, guys. Make sure to check out Blam Gaming. And then we have Gabriel steps back from Halo as well. That's unfortunate. What's this?
Yeah, another unfortunate announcement. He put out on Twitter that he won't be attending the Halo Classic or any future events for now. He's been suffering with arthritis ever since the HCS Invitational at South by Southwest. So I guess, he mentioned he had a flare-up. There's this tweet. But he said he will be back when he's 100%. He is competing in the online qualifiers, I guess, just to help out some people to get points. Yeah. But he won't be attending the event.
Do you have any idea how old Gabriel is?
I'm pretty sure he's younger than me. But
right.
He mentioned, and if you go through the thread on Twitter, I think he said since high school.
Since high school?
Yeah, wow. He's been having problems.
Maybe some people are a little more prone to it than others. I'm not really sure what his gaming habits are like, how much he plays, and if he does anything outside of gaming, like exercise and stretching and whatnot to try to mitigate it. I'm sure he does, but that's unfortunate to see. And it's something that seems to be an issue for a lot of gamers. Usually when you get older, more towards your late 20s, 30s, it really starts to be an issue, especially when you're playing on controller. They're just not well designed for your hands and your form.
Well, and if you're playing claw, you got the awkward positioning.
Right. Even the paddles, like over time, you press those paddles enough, it's still strain on the inside of your forearm. It just hits different tendons, and it wear and tear.
That's actually funny you say that, because when I first got my Elite controller, I remember my hands hurt at first for the first week I played with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get into a whole thing about it, but I have my own issues with it too. And every time I spring jump, I have a technique for it that involves like this quick pinch motion, and it's just destroying the inside. Somewhere in here in my bicep, it's just killing. But that's a whole other thing, guys. Take care of yourselves, all right? We've also got Halo Classic Hotel Sweepstakes.
Yeah, so UGC announced anyone who holds a 4v4 team pass, it will be randomly entered into a drawing to have 2 hotel rooms paid for their entire team for the Halo Classic.
Awesome.
Like you said, it's anyone who holds a team pass. If you purchased one before they announced it, you're still entered, and you have up until August 19th to buy one. And we'll be announcing the winner, I guess you will, on August 20th on this show.
Sweet. All right. Well, there you go. And I'm learning about it now, which is great. But that's just more incentive to be a part of the Atlantic City event, right? Like Halo Classic 2, and I know that this Face It event looks great. You've got a prize pool. It's in Europe. It's Face It. Face It is massive as a brand, but I think everybody's going to Halo Classic 2, man. Like Atlantic City is just so accessible for the American players and so many big members in the scene. So I can't wait to see what this event's going to be like. Like if you guys don't already have a team pass, there's even more incentive to go get one. You can enter yourself in a draw, and you can get in a hotel for free. We've also got Halo Classic talent announcements, and this is I think they're doing 2 a day. So we got 2 so far.
Yeah, it might actually be 1 a day, because the first was announced yesterday. But either way, they've been announcing the talent that we're going to see. So far, we have Clutch will be there as an analyst, and Lottie will be back up on the desk hosting.
Awesome to see. Hosting, analyzing, whatever it is. But definitely the host right here, we have Lottie, right?
Yes, Lottie will be on the desk again.
Right, so both members that we've seen on the desk many times before, not unexpected in any way. Great to see them come back, and looking forward to the rest of the talent announcements. We have tournament results as well.
Yep, we had the first week of the CGL Halo Championship, as I mentioned before. First place went to Shotzi and Falcated. Surprise, surprise.
Nice.
Seems like every 2v2 they win. Second place went to Creepy Trash and Riot Shock. And third place was BR Shots and Aklepto.
Nice.
And then we also had the second qualifier for the Halo Classic. First place went to 5 Bucks Snug, which was the ex-Denial Squad, Straight Sick, Aries, Shelly, and Fantasy. Now that I guess Fantasy's going to be playing, since Demon D's with Falling Esports and GMS disbanded.
Okay.
Second place we had Tox Gaming, Snakebite Lethal, ABG, Royal 2. Then third, fourth, we had the Cleveland Stainers, which was Goofy, Ryanu, Gilkey, and Gabriel.
Nice.
And Falling Esports with Ace Neighbor, Demon D, and Boo Boo Doo Boo.
Awesome. So the Halo Classic Atlantic City qualifiers continue, and the winner of these qualifiers will get access to hotels as well, guys. So there's a lot of incentive to continue working in these qualifiers. I know Straight Sick and team were very happy about their win. I saw them on Twitter. I was liking all their posts. Straight Sick, man's been grinding for so long, and he deserves that W. Aries, Shelly, Fantasy, all them great players. Fantasy now on the team too. That's an interesting switch as well. So we'll see how it plays out. And then we've got upcoming tournaments as well before we close out.
Yeah, going on right now for the rest of the week. Beachland 8 is happening. That's the huge gathering of Halo CE players down in Tampa, Florida.
Right.
Friday, August 16th, we have the Microsoft Store London Halo 5 2v2, and also the Blam Gaming Halo Series Preliminary Number 1 tournament. Saturday, August 17th, in Sydney, Australia, we have Microsoft Store Halo 3 Free-for-All. And Saturday and Sunday, we have the Face It Ignite event over in London.
Awesome. So as with every week, just lots of places to enjoy Halo, lots of places to keep up with Halo. You guys can check all this stuff out on the weekend. You can also go to noobcombo.com for all the information we just discussed. Matty's got it all listed there in organized fashion. You can click the links, and you can get informed about Halo and what's happening with Halo. So that'll close our news for today. Matty, thank you so much for joining me.
You got it.
See you around, man.
Later, dude.
All right, that closes our news, and I'm excited to bring back ClearlyMe. He was gone last week, but we're here with our trick jump segment of the show. How's it going, Clearly?
It's going pretty good, man. How you doing?
Good. Good to see you. What happened to you last week?
Had a lot of drama going on. I had to take a personal day, honestly.
Okay. Sorry, I realized when I was asking the question, I didn't want to get into anything personal for you. So, but I'm glad you're back, man. Are you feeling better now? Hopefully, you're feeling a little better now.
Yeah, everything's good, solid.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So apparently you have, of course, you have another trick jump, and we won't have footage of this. You just told me this right before the show. You've been killing it in speed running as well. What's happening with speed running?
I posted I have a little fun on Uprising on Halo 2.
Okay.
And I posted a decent speed run clip the other day and ended up capping like 21,000 views on it. So, I mean, did pretty well. But I actually just, about 10 minutes before I answered the Skype call for today's show, I got a 53-second run, and I'm number 10 in the world now.
Oh, my God.
On Uprising, so I'm working my way up the ladder.
Yeah, for sure. So, guys, we don't have a video clip of it, unfortunately, but if you go to @MCC Trick Jumps on Twitter, you can watch the clip. He's using, like, sticky grenades to launch himself up this mountain. That was just one little clip that you had, but you're just skipping so much of the map in quick succession, so
Yes.
Really cool to see. And as far as jumps go, what do you have for me this week?
I have a weird way to do B1 to B2 on Guardian a lot of people don't know about.
Okay.
And I actually use an online clip. I do miss a few shots. I'm sure Ubernick and Vetoed could probably land these shots better than I could, but obviously surprise that guy. Use it to my advantage. So I'm doing a little ramp jump here. I walk off the ledge, and I carry my momentum forward, and I tap crouch right in that crease, and creates a moment in time where you can momentarily jump and run, which eventually gets me up to B2.
So it looks like the way it looks makes absolutely no sense, but you've got this edge ghost that's happening right here, right? Like you said, when you make contact with a vertex, your head bumps into a vertex from above like that. You get a brief moment where you can jump.
Yes, and the ledge right there, it's pretty thick. So if you just try to simply smack it and jump off of it, it's going to push you backwards.
Right.
So you have to tap crouch when you reach it. And the reason why you do that is that when you do that, your knees push you away from the wall and gives you that extra clearance and actually gives you more height than if you were to just simply jump off of it.
Right.
So there's a lot of timing involved. Takes a lot of practice, really hard to implement. And I missed those shots mainly because I was so excited at the fact that I did it and somebody was sitting right there for me to showcase it correctly.
Exactly.
So I was nervous. I'm like, I better kill him or else his clips are ruined, you know?
Yeah.
But I got him. A few missed shots later.
There are times to charm on that one. Yeah, that's the thing is like that's such a crazy jump to hit because it's not even just where like jumping precisely into that little angle on the roof there. It's just the ramp jump that you're doing before that. You have to set yourself up, and that takes time to get in position and then properly ramp jump. So there's so many steps to that like you'd be so surprised actually hitting it. So I guess, but if you do practice it, I would you say it's something that you could see in competitive play that would be viable in competitive play?
100%, I believe so. The ramp, though, I forgot to mention, if you walk too far down, you actually have too much momentum when you run and jump forward. So you have to make sure that you barely walk off of it before you run forward and jump. Yeah, it's a weird one, but once you kind of understand the mechanics behind it, it becomes second nature almost.
Right. It's one of those things that you'd have to get into a custom game and probably practice on a repetitive basis until you've kind of got it down. You've realized how it works. And the best place to practice would be, I know you've got some trick jump communities that you're a part of.
Yeah. So, of course, you can find all my clips, tutorials on MCC Trick Jumps on Twitter, also on YouTube. I also have a dedicated trick jumping Discord server, which you can, request help from me and many other OG trick jumpers in the community who have been around for, 10, 12, 13 years, just like I have. A really cool place, and we have a challenge award system you can take part of to kind of test your skills and build your skills, all those things, which I will link the Discord server on Twitch and on Mixer after my segment is over.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. And guys, if you like trick jumping, if you think it's interesting, this is a great place to get started. Clearly, thank you so much for coming back this week and looking forward to seeing you again next week.
Hey, you too, man. Take it easy.
No problem. All right, that closes our news and our trick jump. I'm excited to bring these two goofballs on the show. We've got Ubernick and Vetoed killing it in content creation in Halo right now. Welcome.
Yo.
Hello. How's it going, guys?
Pretty
nice
good.
to see you.
But they decided to do it at the very last second. Skype? Okay.
What happened? What was going on in the background?
Basically, John's webcam was like zooming in and zooming out continuously, and it was just so funny. It was just keep going back, and like it was dumb. It was so dumb, and I couldn't like not laugh at it.
My Skype kept crashing and just kept coming back and making the space. I was like, oh no, that was so stressful. And then they just lost it. And then I lost it. Then I was muted, so I only heard him.
Oh my god. I'm sorry about the stress there. I'm happy you guys managed to make it in. Vetoed, I was sending messages in Twitter and you didn't reply to anything. And I'm like, oh my god, he might be sleeping. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get a hold of him. And then you really just came in the nick of time in the last second. Have you guys been doing okay? Have you been on good, consistent schedules with your content? You got it all figured out at this point, or you going crazy? What's going on?
I mean, my sleep schedule is completely off whack, but I mean, I try and stay pretty consistent with my stream and my YouTube stuff, but you know, some days are better than the others, but you know, for the most part, it's pretty smooth sailing at the moment. A little bit dry content-wise, but I make do.
Yeah.
Do you have like a YouTube? Sorry, Vetoed all.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you have like a YouTube like upload schedule? I know you have a stream schedule, right? That probably keeps you in check. But do you have that for YouTube as well, or?
I typically try and do every 2 days, but I'm a little bit less strict with that now. You know, if it's like the second day and I don't have an idea, or I'm like rushing to make a video, I won't just put one out there for the sake of it. I'll just take an extra day with it. So I try every 2 days. If it's every 3 days, you know, I'm gonna beat myself up over it.
Right, for sure. What about you, Vito?
I'm kind of like the opposite for YouTube. For me, I'm like so extremely strict on myself that I'm like, unless I have the best game of my life or something, I'm just like, whatever. You know, I just like, and it's kind of hard to like always like beat that standard because obviously you can't just keep having the best game of your life over and over.
Right.
But yeah, I'm pretty like, unless I have something really good, I tend like not to upload it, which is a terrible habit. I will say like having a set schedule is definitely the way to be and just like get content out there, you know? Like obviously not every video is going to be your best one. You just got to keep it going. And yeah, YouTube is not really my strong point of that. I think there's kind of like a lack of content too. I feel like I need some newness so I can teach people things.
Right.
But as far as Twitch goes, lately I've been approaching scheduled streams a lot more, and I can see a huge difference in terms of like how people show up and like people know to expect the stream. So that's been great.
Are you guys both streaming like 5 days a week, or how much every week are you guys on?
I try and do 6 days, but again, if it's, you know, something come up like friends want to hang out or whatever, I take a day off, but it's typically about 5 days a week.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I try to stream as much as possible, but like something always comes up, or like, you know, got to be somewhere, so it's good to have that extra day to just take off, you know.
Yeah. What do you guys think about Action Man? I just read that this morning, and that was incredible. Like his story, and he's on nonstop. Like he literally. Like it's
I actually couldn't read it because I was in Europe, so someone had to like copy and paste it into a Google Doc for me. But I read through it, and it was just insane. You know, I have no idea how he has like the stamina alone just to keep grinding for like 18 hours every single day. And it's not even that, like, you know, everyone could do like a long stream if they're enjoying what they're doing, but he does the same thing every single day, over and over and over. It's just like, it's commendable. I don't know how he has like the mental fortitude to just grind it out as much as he does.
It's a little scary.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Yeah. But I mean, when you read the story and you see where he came from, what do you think?
It's definitely like, obviously he came from like a crazy background, right? If you haven't read it, like he used to be like, he's been through a lot. Heroin addiction, that's a big deal. Like that's not like a small thing to go through. And like, I think no matter what it puts himself through, as long as it's like illegal or like just absolutely destroying his health, I think he doesn't mind. So like he's just grinding it out and it's like enjoying it, you know? He's getting something out of it. He's like doing something positive for people as well. It's just like a win-win scenario. So like I'm sure like he enjoys it compared to whatever he's been through.
Yeah, well, I read in the post or in the story that he almost calls it like a new addiction.
Right.
So he's almost addicted to streaming.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say it seems like he is addicted. I mean, it's an obsessive thing, but that's kind of how, like, if you want to succeed in anything, you need to be somewhat obsessive over it, too.
For sure. You need to, like, to be a content creator, to, like, succeed at all in this, you almost need to be, like, completely obsessed in it to, like, an unhealthy amount. You can't just
passion for sure.
You can't just casually jump on for, like, 30 minutes every other day. You need to be,
Yeah.
Finding out, but he just takes it to that next level. So
Yeah, sounds about right.
shout out to him.
Did he get hosted by Tfue? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I've
actually
heard
got
that.
hosted twice. They got
Twice,
hosted by
yep.
Tfue twice in like a week or two.
Oh my god!
I
And then
remember
all of a
that was
sudden
great.
he shoots up to upwards of 20,000 viewers. So that's just the
Yeah.
incredible reality of if you put enough time and energy into something that things can just kind of align like that. So it's great to see, and it's great to see from a Halo streamer, another Halo streamer. And I know you guys are grinding hard. I hope that you guys are next. So just got to keep it up.
Super happy for him.
Yeah. So I've been kind of cherry picking stuff on your Twitters, as I usually do. The first thing I have here, starting with Vetoed, apparently you've been playing some Breath of the Wild. You have some nice
Right.
things to say about it.
Yeah.
Man, I saw the Breath of the Wild tweets, and I haven't watched it yet, but I need to watch it because I absolutely love the game. It's amazing.
Me too.
What
It's
do
my
you think?
favorite game for sure. Oh, by far my favorite game, like a decade.
Right.
I've said the same thing earlier. I was like, dang, this game is perfect in so many ways. I rarely feel this way about games. Like, I don't try out a lot of games. I stay pretty focused on Halo and that and whatnot. And that game is just like so well crafted in so many ways. Like, it's a perfect culmination of so many different things that I try to like not spoil it for people because it's an experience you have to like really
Yes.
hop in and just like live for yourself. But it's like beautiful aesthetics, freedom of choice, and like one reason I really like Halo is because like it's a sandbox game, right? And like, there's all this stuff going on. You can use crates to like juke and kill people, stuff like that.
Right.
Like there's crazy shenanigans, and Zelda Breath of the Wild is exactly like that, except like as a single player game. Combined with an RPG, open world, and like just a beautiful game. It's just
True.
perfect.
There are a few games where I feel inclined to just climb mountains. Like I just
Yeah.
climb the mountains. Like it
Yep.
doesn't like other games. I'll try to keep on track or whatever it is. But in Zelda, like I don't care. Like I'll just
climbing up
I'll just
mountains.
try to climb stuff like
I'm
for
the same
hours. I don't even have the equipment. I'm just like,
Yeah.
hey, this is fun. I can get here. I know I can like cheat the game. If you do like a sprint up the wall, you can kind of cheat the game. Anyway, have you played it at all, Nick? Or
I actually do own Breath of the Wild, but it's one of those games that is just like I have about 2 billion games that are just on the back burner that I'm like,
Right.
I'll get into it eventually. I'll start playing it sometime, but I don't know.
I can tell you it's by far my easiest recommendation in like such a long time.
It'll be the next game that I jump into then.
yeah.
Good decision.
I mean, I assume that if you're playing most of the games you play, you just put them on your live stream, so you kind of nail two birds with one stone. But I think the good thing about Zelda is like you could be on an airplane or something and you just kind of play it on the go, which definitely helps me get some playtime into. So we also have a Lion King moment in Halo here. This is an amazing picture.
Oh my goodness.
This is actually kind of
I didn't
old.
see this.
I was going through my old tweets. I found that. I was like, oh my god, this is beautiful.
Where is this? How did
This
you?
is in Warzone actually, and this is just like some random assassination animation where just like pop the guy over your head and like pop is spine on top of your top of your
on his
head.
knee.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just like this perfect like scenario. I was like, wow, this is so funny. On top of the mountain. I just took a picture of it, posted it on Twitter. It's so random, but that's why Halo's so great. Sorry.
Yeah. Do you spend a lot of time just kind of like going through theater mode in your old games and stuff? You must do that for like your montages and stuff too.
I did a lot in Halo 3. I think it's a big part of like how I improved as a player. Just going back and rewatching my games, rewatching my mistakes, and what other people did better than me. Theater mode is such a wonderful tool for that. But honestly, in Halo 5, I don't do it as much. Theater mode in Halo 5 is kind of iffy to say the least.
It is.
It's
Yeah.
definitely got some shortcomings, but yeah, I mean, when like crazy stuff happens, definitely make sure and go back and rewatch whatever happened. And sometimes I just like learn random things, you know?
Yeah, awesome. I mean, when you're not doing that, you're busy grinding the game, so much so that you can't even eat on your own. When you're playing, you got somebody feeding.
Oh my goodness. Oh, okay.
My creative tweet.
Oh, that is actually Nick's fault. Yeah, that's Nick's fault right there. Yeah.
But that's not Nick, though, is it?
I don't. No.
I
That's
wish.
definitely not Nick. No.
Oh my god.
That's Stephanie, my beautiful wife. Yeah, she just decided to feed me some watermelon while I was playing one day, and Nick just happened to be there to be in a stream to screenshot it and just blackmail me with it. And here we are. I'm getting exposed by Nick. I'll get you back, buddy.
That's so cute, though. Does she support you? She must support you in your career and what you do. Like, I don't know if she feeds you on a regular basis.
No. It's not like that. But yeah, definitely. She's really supportive in what I do, and a lot of it wouldn't be possible without her, obviously, because I have to put in some crazy hours and just like sometimes like I'll be going to bed a little bit late or like stuff like that, and like she's really understanding, which is great. It's really great to have a partner in life that's just like supporting stuff you do.
Yeah.
Really thankful for that, you know?
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
No problem. So the last thing we have is because you always hit sick clips. I just took your more recent one, but you literally hit like nasty clips like on the daily, it seems. But here we got one here. We don't have audio, unfortunately, because they had music in the background.
Right.
And we put this up on YouTube, might be an issue, but I'll just try to shut up for a sec here because you blame these two guys.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And
I just popped off. Yeah. Yeah. There is such a thing as people told me in the past when you start editing a montage, all of a sudden you'll go and play again and like it's like you're inspired mentally and you just like starting all these clips that make no sense and you're just like I don't know. It's just since I started my montage, I've been hitting all sorts of clips and oh, that was a pretty satisfying thing.
Yeah. So you're saying, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying you kind of just like changed your mindset to I want to do a montage, and you started hitting clips. And this is the post that you had coupled with that. You talked about positive mindset brings positive results. Has something changed kind of in the way that you play, the way that you approach the game that's giving you these positive results?
It's kind of like when it comes to clip hunting, it's kind of like the opposite. It's kind of like, all right, I have all the clips I want, and I don't care anymore, right? I'm not thinking about it. I'm not going out of my way. But like, it's like you're not thinking about it, and it works out so much more because you're not stressing out about it. You're not telling yourself, I gotta find a guy, it just happens. Right. It's so great. It's so weird. But like, the less you stress about things, the more like you're positive about it, and I think that's when like things really work well. It's kind of redundant and backwards, but that's how I feel.
No, I agree. Is there anything that you do specifically that you'd say to try to like remind yourself to be positive or?
It's kind of a habit I built in free-for-all. Free-for-all is the kind of game type, that like, if you stress too much and like you overthink too much, you make bad decisions and just like everything falls apart. I always tell myself to like, when things go really sour, I just like, don't tilt. It's okay. Just focus on what you're supposed to do and things will like go in order the way, like sometimes you're just getting unlucky, right? There's no point tilting about it.
Yeah.
So I just tell myself like, stay focused in the game, do what you're supposed to do, and it all works out. And that's how you like get those clutch comebacks, that one kill, you know? Oh yeah. Just really just tell myself that.
Yeah. Nick, what about you? Do you tilt a lot?
On the regular. Dude, like free for all, for example, would literally drive me insane. I would jump out the window behind me if I played free for all on a regular basis. Like that's why I enjoy your streams, John, because it's relaxing to just watch someone who just doesn't tilt. Like I think that anytime that I've seen you rage on stream, it's like I can literally see your entire body just like race and just hold it back. Like the beast wants to come back. Like with me, I can't help but just scream and like punch my table. Like I feel like I've got better. I used to be a lot worse. I used to be way worse, but I even have like a little like rage emote that some people use. But I used to be a lot worse. But sometimes Halo, it can tilt me into a different dimension.
Apparently, Minecraft does as well, but we'll look at that in a second. First, I have, as far as Nick, your Twitter goes, we've got your gamer tags, these ridiculous old gamer tags. We've got Jinja Ninja 556, BCS Ninja, Cosmic Fusion, Repulse, and then Ubernick. What's this all about? I thought you were Ubernick from the beginning. You've got all these. Why Ninja? First of all, it's already a ninja.
So 2008, I pick up my Xbox and I'm like, I need a gamer tag. So I was like, I'm a ginger. I tried to think of a word that starts with N, obviously for Nick. So I thought of ninja. Thing is though, little 2008 Nick was dumb. So it's not like NINGA is not intentional. I just misspelled ninja.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I just misspelled ninja. And then 556 was like the number like login that I used in high school at the time for like my account or whatever. Right. So that's why 556 was used.
Yeah. I have an old password from elementary school that was given to me to get into the school computer, and I still use that password on like everything today. But it's a really complex string of numbers, so it works. Anyway. So some pretty funny ones in there, but then you had like, was it like Cosmic or something, and like Repulse?
That was like
edgy stage right there.
Call of Duty that was like Call of Duty montage, Nick. I'm like, I need like a sick montage name, Cosmic Fusion. Like I thought I was so badass. I thought I was so sick with that gamer tag, and then about 3 months passed. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm an X Repulse, and I changed it to X Repulse. Then I realized myself, what am I doing? These gamer tags are ridiculous. And then I I was like, I need an actual like proper one that I'm just gonna settle with, and then I came up with Ubernick. I actually was originally Super Nick, and then I upgraded, but I never made the gamer tag Super Nick. It was only on YouTube.
You kind of went, yeah.
No, please don't.
You kind of kept it simple in the end, which I think worked really well, instead of kind of go wild with the whole cosmic fusion thing. Vetoed, were you anything crazy before Vetoed, or?
My first gamer tag was XX space John XX. You know, like the X's, like the
Yeah. Like little X, capital
right.
X. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. That was pretty much my first gamer tag. I've gone through like a couple that I don't really remember, honestly. That's the main one I stuck to because like I changed from like one day to another, and it was like over a week. Eventually, I just settled on Vetoed. So yeah, I don't have quite a history there, but X6 John X6 was my other gamer tag.
You just found that you were vetoing all the other options. I have all these terrible jokes for vetoing that I like need to say. Yeah, get off the screen now.
That's from Halo 3. Oh,
okay.
I could go to maps.
Yeah, the veto system. Yeah,
it's cool.
Something that we never got back. It's weird, isn't it?
Let's not make it for this guy. He's just gonna take all the credit for it. So it's like they just cut it from the game.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
You keep Vetoed alive in Halo, so.
So Minecraft was the other thing that we have here on your Twitter as well, and I know it's not Halo, but it was a pretty funny clip. Let's take a look at this with audio.
With so many chickens.
Here's a zombie right next to me.
Oh my god! Oh no! Not like this! Anything but this!
Nah, you're joking.
Bro, I can't believe it. Bro, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe it. I can't fucking believe it. I can't fucking believe it.
Quick, save the chickens that are left. Save the chickens that are left.
Fuck!
Not the chickens.
Fuck my asshole! Fuck! Oh god! Not like this!
Hey, he didn't die.
Oh my god, dude. I'm pissed. I'm actually mad.
So that's a stream, guys. See you all tomorrow.
For it. There we go. So hopefully you guys got it with audio. We tried to stay quiet there in the background, but just so you can hear Nick just swear over and over. Because Nick, I don't think you ever swear that much. I think somebody.
No, I
never the most
swear.
I've ever. You're going in, man.
Never.
Is that just the creeper comes out of nowhere? Like, tell me about the situation. Like, how much time did you put into cultivating chickens?
let me break that entire clip down.
Yes,
so basically, me and my friend are playing on a server together, so we're playing together on Minecraft, obviously. But the difference with this world, it's a hardcore Minecraft world. So if you die one time, that's it. That's it over completely. So you can't respawn. So all the effort you put into the world is completely wiped away. So I have all these chickens. You know, I was super happy, gonna farm them, get loads of food, so that I'm set for a good couple of hours in the world. And all of a sudden, turn around, there's a creeper there. Not only is it probably gonna ruin my entire farm, it's also potentially gonna kill me and ruin all of the time I put into this world so far. So there was a feeling of utter dread that I was about to lose all my chickens and also die myself. So it's like on one hand, I'm sad that it literally killed all 35 chickens, bar 3 that I had.
Yeah.
But I was also still alive, so could have been a lot worse, but I was still sad. Very, very upset.
Do they that's just like RNG? They just come out of nowhere?
Yeah, they spawn in like darker areas, so I guess it spawned in that dark area and then just climbed up whenever it saw me.
Oh my god.
Heartbreaking.
This is why I don't play Minecraft. I don't have the patience for that.
Minecraft is one of the most intense games of all time. Like, don't let anyone ever tell you any different. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, there must be a reason why everybody, like all the top YouTube streamers are Minecraft players. Even like PewDiePie's coming back to Minecraft and he's killing it. Well, he's always killing it, but it's incredible to see.
Mm-hmm.
But not only are your chickens dying, your Xbox died too, apparently. We've got a little clip here. We'll play the little clip first as well.
Death around me.
Yeah.
It's so upsetting.
Oh my god, dude. What happened to your Xbox? And I like the shirt, by the way, too. That's the Hidden Xperia iconic.
Yeah. So basically, I was playing on my Xbox One X. Like, I got this X on like the day it came out, like I don't know, 2017 or whatever. Using it one night as normal, and then I wake up the next morning, it's just dead. It's just completely just not working for some reason. I then worked out the HDMI output just died on it for some reason. So I don't know how it can go from working perfectly to just being dead like a couple hours later after no use. It makes no sense, but whatever. I was a little bummed out. Obviously, like I had a spare Xbox at an S, thankfully, that I could use in the meantime. But I don't know. I guess I'm like a little bit spoiled in the sense that I used the X for a while because I can now just tell like a huge difference between like MCC on the S versus the X, and it felt like I don't know. I could use it, but I don't know. I guess it's like a little bit spoiled by the frames and the quality of it. But I was just like I want to get the X back because it just is a lot better.
One of the biggest things for me is just the menu system. Like just navigating the menus is like slow on the S. Yeah. It's like when I go back to the 360 and there's just like loading bars for everything, and I'm wondering how the heck I dealt with it for years. Yeah, but that's the one thing about the X2 that I noticed is like I have one right here and it's very sturdy. It seems well built. It's like a brick. But then the ports seem to be the weakness. Like I try to put the power cable in and it just feels like something's going to break when I put that power cable in. You got to be so careful with. So that is unfortunate, but apparently you put a tweet out about it. You got people to donate. I didn't link it to Tony, but they in an hour they gave you enough money for another Xbox. Like tell me about that. That's incredible.
Yes. So like the day after it broke, whatever, I was like streaming using my Xbox One S, and I was just like, I'll put up like a casual, donation goal or whatever. I wasn't like expecting any donations, but I was like, if you decide to donate to the stream, this is what it's going towards. I just thought it's there for like I put it up for like a couple of months because you can put the time span of a donation goal. So I was going to order one probably like a week later and just kind of have that there so people know exactly what their, any donations go towards. And then after like 50 minutes, I had the entire donation goal met for the entire Xbox, which is just obviously I could never expect anything like that. So shout out to my community. They are absolutely incredible and just very, very supportive, overly supportive.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, so if they know it's for an Xbox, which is something that's going to get you right back on the gaming, they'll give you money quickly. So now you just got to put all your donation goals about Xbox equipment. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, my headset broke.
My headset, I don't know. Yeah. That's incredible. But to bring it back to Halo now, we got one more thing from you. It's a nasty H2A clip. You've been grinding some H2A recently. Let's check this out.
Killjoy, I'll take it. Oh! No! Teammate, are you kidding me, dude? I could have went so on. Oh!
He goes for the 1 minute there. Oh my god! Yeah, the ghost. Yeah, the ghost stole your last kill as well, but that was pretty sick. Have you just been grinding H2A a lot recently?
Typically whenever I stream MCC. Also, just one quick random side note. It was actually John here that clipped that for me. So, shout out to John for hitting that clip for me. Anyway,
you do that for each other. Like he grabs the tweet or the picture of.
I mean, typically whenever I'm not streaming and I see John live, he's like the person that I would watch mostly. So, if I see anything funny, like him being fed, I'll clip it or whatever. So, usually I just keep it for myself, but we'll not get into that.
Keep it for yourself. I just got what you were saying. He's got a little shrine in the back.
Really creep. No, but I don't know. Whenever I stream MCC, H2A is definitely one of the ones that I keep, marked just because I don't know. I feel like it's one of the probably the most underrated Halo game in my opinion. Yeah. It felt like its life was kind of skipped over a little bit because of how the MCC was received. It didn't get the full lifespan it deserved, I guess. I feel like it was also because like a massive lack of maps that it had, but like the remastered campaign was absolutely beautiful. It's probably what I'm most excited for about MCC coming to PC. But every so often the multiplayer, I like to go back and just kind of enjoy it for what it is. I still get really mad at it sometimes, but that's just Halo in general sometimes.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because it only really had that like 1 year of life, and half of that year was just the game being broken, so nobody really got to play it. And even on the HCS circuit, like there weren't too many seasons of it. We didn't mute Vetoed. Vetoed, say something. Oh wait, who muted Vetoed?
Did I mute you guys?
No, I hear him now.
We bark.
Oh,
we back.
All right, might have been Hachi. Hachi popped up because Stephanie got home and he was like, "Arr!"
"Oh yeah, the dog."
Yeah, so I muted myself. You guys might have muted me too. Either way, my bad.
It's okay. I have the same problem with my dog, so
Oh.
I know how you feel. All right, so let's get into Halo content creation. I know you guys were talking about just kind of poking into each other's Twitters. Both of you guys are live streaming, and both of you guys have been killing it in live streaming. I'm seeing it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like 300, 400 plus viewers on your guys' streams, especially for this 152 grind. Which this is incredible. Like this is an undertaking. It's not just like any other challenge. This is thousands of hours, thousands of games played. Tell me about this grind. Vetoed, I know you got it most recently. Tell me a bit about like just what you went through the process.
I think initially I can definitely tell that the grind was made for like Warzone players and like because the XP rates are like completely disproportionate between Arena and Warzone. And like mostly I'm an Arena player. I don't really like Warzone personally. I'm not a fan of the card system and calling in power weapons. I think it kind of defies the Halo gameplay.
Right.
But yeah, so I grinded Arena like crazy. I ended up with like, was it 70 something days of playtime? I forget what the actual number was, but like it's a crazy amount. Like that was almost 4 years in the making, pretty much. Like, Halo 5 came out October 2015, like almost November, and now we're 2019, and I'm just getting it. So we're just getting it. So yeah, that was a crazy grind.
Yeah,
I think it definitely helped that 343 put an incentive of sorts, like towards. I don't think that was their goal, but we kind of had something to go for more than an emblem. So that definitely helped the motivation and the incentives. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. And then, so like you were saying, Warzone is kind of the focus, because if you want to do this quickly, what do you have to do? What's the fastest way to get the levels?
Probably Warzone Firefight, or just Warzone in general. Warzone Firefight is like a really consistent way of grinding it with people. But also there's a strategy called quick coring, which is in Warzone when you like kill the enemy core really fast, you finish the games like 2-3 minutes, and you get like a ton of XP on top of that, especially if you have XP boost going. So it's just like. That's one way to do it. We need a full team of Warzone players and people who know what they're doing, and that's not always available for most people.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There are certain ways to like really, juice a lot of XP out of certain Warzone games. Like if you're playing Warzone Assault, for example, and you have like an AI legendary bonus red card on, for example, you get like 20,000 experience, or maybe even like 25,000 experience per game, versus like maybe 3,000 for a game of BTB, which is a lot longer. So, you could spend an hour in BTB and still get less experience than a 3-minute Warzone Assault game with all the correct boosts and all that stuff. So,
yeah, so you start to figure out all these tricks to kind of play around it and get that XP. Did you do the core thing yourself, Nick? Like, did you have like a full team coming in? And
so, me and Warzone have had a really love-hate relationship for a while now. It's like, I was actually thinking about this earlier on, but Warzone has literally made my YouTube channel. Like without Warzone, like it's all my popular content, that grew my channel initially was Warzone challenges, like all the stuff that came up with all the wrecks and stuff like that. But eventually, whenever I was streaming Warzone, it just became frustrating. Stream snipers and just the game mode in general just became extremely sweaty. But I then realized if I want to get 152 in anywhere, a realistic timing before Infinite comes out, I need to play it. So kind of just dug deep and super got into Warzone again and just grinded it out. I bought way too many legendary boosts. I wouldn't like to mention how much money I bought. Way too much. But I definitely picked up a lot of like tricks and like just easier ways of getting XP, and I quick cored a lot whenever I got the chance. You just kind of had to wait for like a good team to invite you, and then you just 12-man Warzone and just.
It was the same thing for me. Someone offered me, a guy called Unicorn offered me, you want to join up my Warzone squad? I was like, all right, I'll trade. And boom, I started seeing like 20k XP a game in 3 minutes. I'm like, oh my god, I've been missing out this whole time. I ended up getting like 1 million XP in a day, and I was like, wow, dude, why was I not doing this the whole time?
Yeah.
But,
way to do it.
Yeah, I enjoyed my grind regardless. I set myself like a goal to like make a montage once I hit 152. So like I was just grinding out Arena in the process and getting clips, so I don't feel like it was wasted time. So I'm still happy with like taking my time, sort of, but I'm glad I got it out of the way at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I'm glad that I got 152 when I did. My goal personally was to get it before any like reach came to PC or anything. I didn't want to have like conflictions between, I don't know if that's a real word, but I don't want to have like reach on PC, but still in the back of my head feel like I have to get back on Warzone on Halo 5 just to get this rank, because I don't know, I guess as a content creator, I didn't want to not have this special reward in Infinite. I have no idea what it's going to be, obviously, but I didn't want to be one of the people missing out on it, especially since I was already so close. So I was like, grind it out, get there before MCC on PC.
Right.
So hopefully Reach is going to be soon. I thought it probably would have already been here by now, but obviously that's not quite happened yet. But
Yeah.
I'm glad I was able to get it, and I can kind of just look back in Halo 5, be like, I finished that game for the most part. I got my max rank. I can move on and feel like I haven't left any loose ends with it.
Yeah. As far as content creation goes, does having that 152 goal help for your viewership and stuff? Because it seemed like you guys were growing as like in viewers on Twitch, especially and YouTube or whatnot. Like Vetoed, I saw you over 300 viewers recently doing the grind. Did you guys hit any records or anything when you were trying to hit 152? As far as viewership goes, or?
I mean, I think nothing beats like the hype of like when a game comes out and like people are discovering in tournaments. Especially I got to compete a little bit and like there was a lot of hype behind that. But I mean, yeah, it was definitely surprising to see like an upward peak after all this time. Like it started going back up, which is kind of crazy to think about. So yeah, I think it's really personally. I don't think I can speak for Nick, but personally, it really pushed me to be more consistent. Like I just had this goal day after day that I wanted to like chip at. So like I just got on day after day and like did more and more than I would normally. So that definitely helped to some extent.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So,
sorry.
Continue.
I was gonna say there was definitely a lot of hype. The 152 stream itself, like the one day that we got it, I think we both had like crazy streams that day. I kind of choked my last final game. That was kind of a crime scene. We don't talk about that too much, but yeah, the very last game, out of like what 15,000 arena games I played, I picked the one game to lose, and it was my 152 game.
Oh no!
I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. I was like, I need to do something special for a game, and I was so indecisive that I ended up like losing in free for all because the other person took such a big lead that I had to like fight from behind the whole time. And that was just pretty bad, but it's okay. I don't care too much.
Was it a Plaza FFA?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like I think you were doing badly or something, and you were saying like maybe I should go like last place or something. Like you should just flip it and just do terribly, get like no kills or something.
Yeah, I was considering just goosing the entire game. Like Chad couldn't decide. Yeah, I was like, oh, should I goose or should I win it? Chad was like, goose it, win it, goose it. I couldn't decide. I was like, all right, fine, I'll win it, but it was too late, so I did nothing. I didn't either. Yeah.
Yeah, so both of you guys seem to be kind of like working towards the same goals for Halo 5. You both seem to be drawing like large communities, audiences. Do you feel like you together are kind of like, I don't know if I want to say like fathers in a way in the Halo 5 Twitch channel, but do you kind of, is that why you interact with each other through Twitter and whatnot? You kind of have that similar position?
I personally interact with John because he's my friend first.
Okay,
but
that's a fair reason.
No, but I have a huge respect for John. So like he's definitely one of my favorite streamers. So I like to. With the people that I enjoy watching their streams, I also like to get to know them. Not because through their streams, I don't want to sound like I'm just kind of getting to be friendly with them because of their streams, but I like to get to know the people that are behind the the gameplay and behind the streams and just get to know them as a person. So it's really cool that as a fellow streamer, I get to have that opportunity to kind of get to know them more as people, which I really appreciate.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Love me some Vetoed.
I mean, it's the same. I feel the same way, honestly. I feel like I missed out on interacting with Nick. Like, I used to watch Nick's YouTube videos, and like back when he didn't stream as much, I was like, this guy seems funny, And like Nick got more into streaming, and like I got to interact with him a lot more, and like he's like, yo, this guy's great, just like that. You like make great friends that like will probably last you a lifetime for content creation, and I think that's honestly one of the best parts, especially Twitch in itself.
Yeah.
Twitch is like this real-time interaction that you might not get if you're like trying to organize a video with someone or just like, it's not quite the same. So it's really cool to just like show up in your friends chat, like, yo, what up? And just like, you get to hang out with them a little bit through the internet, which is great.
That's exactly. That's what I was going to go on and say. Like, I find Twitch is great, or streaming in general is great because you make these friendships. Like, I just had my 3-year resub for John, which is insane to think about that. We've maybe not chatted like a lot this entire 3 years. The last like 2 years or so we became better friends, but like to have a resale for 3 years with someone is a long time no matter what you're doing. So obviously that would have never happened without streaming. So like I feel like what I enjoy most about the Halo community right now is everyone is super tight knit. Everyone's kind of working towards the same goal of wanting success for Halo right now.
Yeah,
which is really, really cool. So it's nice to kind of see everyone supporting each other, with hosts who are just hanging out in their chats or, whatever else we can do.
Yeah, That is a great way of looking at it. I completely agree. Just Halo being in the position that it's in, only the people who are the most passionate, who put in the most time into Halo, are the ones that are still shining, that are still succeeding in Halo. So, and you're totally right about community. I think a lot of people, even myself included, I'm trying to get into streaming now with the schedule and whatnot. I kind of just want to get on and just make sure I'm there, but I'm not too worried about interacting with the other streams and making those friendships. And I think that would be a huge part of growing the channel and
Absolutely.
yeah, so anybody who's getting into streaming in Halo, make sure you continue to interact and chat with other streamers and play some games with them. That sounds like a great way to grow and to build a community. Now, I snuck this content part in here as well because I know, Nick, you also have been doing a little bit of traveling around for Halo also. You went to Halo Outpost Discovery, and we got some video footage here we can play up in the background. Tell me a bit about this experience. This looks pretty badass. You had some great photos on Twitter as well. Yeah, how was it, man?
Halo Outpost was probably my favorite event I've ever been to. I've been to like tournaments in the UK, I've been to like PAX West and stuff, but Halo Outpost obviously is like the first Halo centric like event that they've ever ran. And whenever I heard about it, I was like, I wonder like, is it going to be like one of those, you remember like the Halo Championship 2017 with the balloons outside? It looked kind of like a little bit barren. I was like, I don't want like I don't want to like a repeat of this, but it blew my expectations away, it blew my mind completely, and I was like a Halo fan first and foremost. It like ticked every single box that I could have ever had for an event like this, and on top of that, I also got to meet so many people that watched my content, which was just like the craziest experience of all time. Just getting to like chat with people that watch my stuff in person was just like an experience I'll probably never forget. And then also on top of that, getting to hang out with all of my online friends while doing all this Halo stuff. It was just like a weekend of nerding out and just enjoying Halo and like surrounded by people that also love it. So it was great. As you can tell, I probably loved it. So this is like a VR. This is like a VR Halo game. So it's like a 3v3 Slayer game, but you're in VR. So whenever you're in the VR experience, obviously it looks kind of dumb from the outside. In the VR, you're in Valhalla, and you're in like a little play space in the middle, as you can see there. And basically, like cover appears, like it comes out of the ground, and you have to like dodge it. If you walk through the cover, it'll do damage or even kill you. So obviously you're not just gonna sprint through the middle and not care. So you have to like walk around the cover in the VR. Like dip your head around. You have like a little plasma pistol that you have in the game. You can charge it up or you shoot. So you see right here, I'm like sneaking around corners and just shooting my friends in the side of the head in VR, but they have no idea. So it was awesome. And I'm definitely someone that's very skeptical about VR, but this was like a top tier experience. Like this was awesome. I went back numerous times for this.
Did you ever bump into anyone? It looks like you can't bump into anyone.
I didn't. It's actually very good at not. Like you can obviously. If I wanted to, I could sprint full head into someone and no damage, but the distance between them. But probably the best thing about the VR experience is someone was hiding around a corner and I knew they were there, so I like dipped my head really violently around the corner and I could see them jump back in real life because they didn't expect me to be there. It was really funny. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's the thing is like they look so uncoordinated, like somebody's gonna bump into somebody else, but I guess because of the VR experience, you've got walls in between you that are stopping you from making contact or whatever it is. Tony, if you scroll back a little bit, there was also like laser tag or something as well right before that. How was this? This looks sick.
So this was like a Halo themed laser tag. So all the sound effects were all Halo. Like if you get shot a few times, your shield will pop like in Halo, and then the actual sound effect is the OG, shield recharge sound.
Nice.
So that was a BR that I was using. It didn't work quite like a BR. It wasn't like, triple burst or whatever. It was like single, or it was like, full auto.
Oh.
But all the sound effects, it was like a Halo themed laser tag. This was probably my favorite thing to do just because, it's so hands-on. It was like unlike anything I've ever done. So it was just like really, like I found myself getting really immersed in it. Like I was taking it so serious, but like me and my friends were super lucky on the Friday. We were like invited to come an hour early into the event, so we got to experience all the like this right here, the footage. This was like really early in the day, like an hour before all like the VIP people were in, so we got to experience everything without all the lines. So we were able to get like this footage of like, we had Unisec actually like following us with a camera and just kind of filming all of us, which was really awesome. So it was dope. It was really cool.
That's incredible.
I'm surprised you're as tall as a jackal. I gotta say that. That's pretty tall. That is pretty tall.
I still would not want to fight one in a 1v1.
No.
Oh yeah, these
Like,
are the
even a
actual
grunt.
heights.
Yeah. So a grunt is like
Jackals
pretty
are
damn
tall.
tall. Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
surprisingly, huh? They don't look like that in game.
Grunts
But
are
there's
thick too.
this
They're-
tall ass Master Chief in game, so
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
hunters at the end, you'll see me next to a hunter, and I'm just like, yeah, no thanks. It would literally look at me and I'd be dead.
Wait, so that little flying bug, is that the little one from Halo 3?
yeah, the little
The
drones.
Yeah.
They look tiny in the
Yeah,
game.
they look tiny in game, huh?
Yep.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Where's Chief in this? Is he in this?
Chief is over 7 foot, so he is. So
So he's
he's like 7'2", I think, if my lore.
do
I'm
you
sorry.
stand beside him?
No, not in
he's
this fall, sadly.
Okay.
That's a brute. I look like a bit of a brute myself.
Wow.
that little vlog clip it like there. I actually show the hunter next to me, so you can see just how massive it is compared to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was huge.
Any chance you're gonna go vetoed?
There's a chance. There's a chance. Firstly, I'm just like so focused, and I have so many projects in the works. Some that I can't reveal yet, but
Okay.
I'm trying to be like really heads down in my work and my projects. Unfortunately, can't really take any time off. I feel like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I would definitely love to make it out to one of those events though, and just get to hang out with people, meet people, like maybe watch my streams and videos. I got the chance to go at Worlds, the last Worlds. Was that 2018 or 2017? 2018, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, yeah, I got the chance to meet people there and just meeting someone in person who watches your content, like you form that extra bond with them. It's just like
Yeah.
such a hard feeling to express, but like it makes you so thankful and so like blessed to be able to do stuff like content creation and just like inspire people on the way.
Yeah.
So I would love to make it out to one of those events. Nothing set in stone for now though, but yeah.
It's a bit of a mission for you, right? Because you're in Canada, right?
I don't know. Currently, I'm in Southern California in Long Beach.
Oh,
actually.
right. You moved.
Yeah, I
you moved for when you got.
Correct.
So you got married recently, or
That was like last year.
last year? Okay, my bad.
Yeah,
well,
no.
congratulations on that.
Thank you.
though.
Thank you.
Yeah. So so now you're a little bit closer. Maybe there's a chance we could
Yeah,
see.
it would definitely be better, more convenient for sure.
Yeah.
But even then, it's still like a commitment.
right.
It's still a commitment, but yeah.
Right. Hopefully, what about Atlantic City for you guys? Either you guys going to go to Atlantic City?
Sadly, not. That doesn't seem
Oh.
possible for me right now, but I would absolutely love to. But I think I'm actually going to be in America during that, but just on the wrong coast.
Fair enough. Vito?
Yeah, it's the same for me. It's still kind of far. I feel like this one of those times it would have been sort of convenient to live in Canada because I feel like that would be like I got to make it count because it's not like West Coast for once. But now it feels kind of far compared to the other options I've had. So it would be worth to go to that one specifically compared to the other ones.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Well, as far as the content grind continues here, there's also, of course, Halo Reach is kind of the next bastion, like the next thing that we're waiting for. You both got your chance to play the Halo Reach flighting test and what they had available. Tony, I didn't link it to you, so I'm not expecting you to grab it, but way back, I did have a vetoed gameplay of Halo Reach from the flight from a couple weeks ago. I don't know if there's any way you can grab it, but you can put it up in the background if you find it. Anyway, what did you guys think about the flighting process? As far as Reach went, what do you think of it on mouse and keyboard so far?
The game feels amazing. It's got that polish already in the way it feels that you would expect of a PC game and a full-fledged title that's been worked on for a long time.
Uh-huh.
So that was really satisfying to play. It made me so excited to play some no boot, no sprint settings and just it felt great. It felt great. It looked great. Everything was awesome about it. To just give it to me now,
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that work goes into it and it needs to be a really, really polished experience to live up to that PC standard.
Mm-hmm.
Weren't you trying to break the game as well?
Oh yeah,
You were driving the
yeah.
vehicle out of the barrier or
Yeah,
something?
I kind of did got him. I was like, yeah, we're getting one level for this flight, so let's make it count,
Right.
And all I could think of, I broke the level in so many ways and just I really went out of my way and just first time I tried to drive a car through the whole mission, didn't work so well. It kind of did, but yeah, it was pretty fun. I tried to have fun with it,
Yeah. What about you, Nick?
Yeah, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. My biggest worry that it would feel like a console game that had just been,
Right.
put on the PC, but you can tell they're really going that extra mile to make it feel like, a PC game first and foremost, and not just, something that was kind of just quickly ported over. So it does feel really, really good, but I can only imagine it'll get even better as time goes on. So yeah, it was awesome to get to experience it, even like in that early state, because it will make me appreciate it even more whenever it's finally out. But the only problem is, I kind of feel like I want it right now instead of having to wait, because I've played every console Halo game to absolute death, so having it on PC, obviously it's just Reach on a different platform, but having that higher frame rate, higher field of view, it just makes it feel like a fresh game, which is just what I'm needing so badly right now. So that's awesome.
Is PC going to be the platform of choice? Do you guys see yourselves moving over to that like exclusively for the live streams?
For me personally, yes. A lot of people, I don't know, I get people sometimes being like, do you have like a good PC at all? And I actually probably game on PC more so than console. I only have my Xbox really for Halo at this stage. I'm not going to just not play Xbox anymore. That's not the case. Like, I still plan on probably making Halo 5 content every so often, but for the most part, for the MCC stuff, PC would be my way forward, because I feel like that's just from like a streaming perspective, it's the better option. It's going to be hopefully a lot of people will be interested in MCC and Halo whenever it comes to PC. So I want to be there streaming it whenever it comes out. So hopefully grow my Twitch and my YouTube content and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, personally, I'm excited to just relearn the game on PC. Because I've played so much Control, so much Halo Reach, and like it's not gonna be an entirely new game. But like obviously, if I go in and like try to play competitively on mouse and keyboard, I'm probably gonna get like owned a little bit. So like I'm looking forward to relearning the game and just feeling like I'm not as good as I am. And it would give me like an incentive to just keep playing and keep playing. Mm-hmm. So yeah, looking forward to that for sure.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys feel comfortable on mouse and keyboard? Like, are you used to playing PC games?
Yeah,
I play a bit of PUBG on PC, so I decent FPS experience on PC, I guess. So
yeah. All we're doing is sorry, continue.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say I played a little bit of Destiny 2. Destiny 2 helped me a lot, I feel like, because it's a game that initially was on console, and then I had to relearn on PC, which was like a similar transition to what I'm gonna do in Halo, I feel like.
Right.
And also it's a really casual game from like the perspective that you can play PvE, so like player versus environment. You play like AI essentially, you get like essentially target practice, right? They're not like crazy strafing and just like bobbing and weaving. You're just like shooting cannon fodder, which is like great practice. So yeah, that helped me quite a bit.
Yeah, just the biggest issue is the waiting game, right? They seem to keep running into issues. We've got the original version of the Xbox One, the Unreal Engine 4, and the customization system is taking too much memory. Apparently, I know Nick, you made a video about this recently also. Yeah. And also the Fireflight is having a lot of bugs as well, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So the next big thing as far as events goes, though, we do have Face It Halo this weekend, so we are going to be watching some awesome Halo this weekend. We've got our tournament happening in London. I have the teams on a list here. I know you guys probably don't have that. Do you guys know anything about the teams coming into the event, like kind of what to expect? Who are the big names?
I mean, I know of one team that's probably going to sweep the entire competition, but
yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah,
just a little personal bias there.
That's a team I'm rooting for personally. I'm putting all my money on them. I get some crazy returns if I win, but
sure. Yeah, I mean, Snakebite, World 2, Lethal, APG, these guys, been sticking together for a while. They've been winning all these events. So Chox is the team to look out for. You also have Neighbor, Ace, Boo Boo Doo and Demon D, which is your other USA team, but everyone else is from Europe, which is pretty interesting. That's what it seems like, yeah. And you've got some pretty great European players, so we're going to see a very different perspective as far as the talent lineup goes for this event, which is going to be exciting. We also have a very high-level Ubernick squad coming in as well, apparently. What's going on? Are you at this event, Nick? Are you competing?
Yeah, so initially, like, if there's an event in the UK, like, obviously I'm going to make it out there. I live in Northern Ireland, so anywhere is like an hour flight, which isn't a big deal. So any London event that's been for like Halo 5 recently, I always make it out. Never competed though. So for this Halo 3 open event, me and some friends were initially going to go and just watch, but we're like, you know what? Like, the team pass between 4 of us isn't that much. Why not just enter for obviously hardcore serious competition? We're definitely going to win it. No, in reality, we're just going for a bit of fun. We aren't expecting to make it anywhere, but we just want to play some Halo, and I'll probably enter the Halo 5 2v2 on the Sunday. But our team name is absolutely incredible. We actually spent a good amount of time thinking about it.
Okay.
But I've not yet revealed it publicly, so I guess I could do that now if you want.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I mean, really?
Are we talking about it now? Here it goes. This is
So
some big info. Okay.
our team name is a bit of a play.
Oh, no way.
No way.
What
No way that froze.
way.
That's actually like that's too perfect.
Right? He's going for the cinematic effect or something? He just pulls down. What?
Our
There's
team
no
name is
way.
actually freezes his own Skype system and cuts out.
Right? Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
You know
You
too
gotta
much.
be
We're gonna
kidding
have to
me.
kill you now type situation or something. Like he's gonna tell us. Wow.
So there,
Wow. So Tony, I'm assuming he's gonna try to get right back in here and he can talk about his team, but I don't know if that's a sign. I don't know what that means.
yeah, I don't know. I guess we're just not meant to find out.
All right, we're gonna hear about that in 1 second. I'm not sure if I should just kind of like wait here for him to come back, or if I should just I'll just continue with what I have.
I mean,
Hopefully he's trying to get right back in here. But damn, the timing of that was like literally perfect.
right? I guess we'll just never know.
Oh my god. Now, guys, I know that we also have people asking questions in chat. This is a good time to do so. If you guys have questions for Vetoed and Ubernick, who's hopefully going to be back in a couple seconds here, just put those questions down in the chat. Tony's grabbing them, and he will send them to me. What do you say?
His internet died.
His internet died.
Yes, so I don't know if he's gonna come back by the end of this.
Uh-oh. How did he even say his internet died? Or like on his phone, maybe on...
Maybe put Nick, get on your 3G or your 4G on your computer. Maybe you'll come back like this.
Oh, no.
I can't believe it.
Right, guys. So you can put your questions down in chat right now. What I might do, if I can find a vetoed specific, or well, the first one that, as far as the questions from the chat, is if you guys are going to do any kind of like a collab video or stream, it's for both of you. But Vetoed, maybe you can give your side on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard to believe we wouldn't do at least one video together at some point, especially for something as exciting as like Reach or even like Infinite down the road. I can see a lot of collabs ahead of us. But yeah, I mean, we have nothing set in stone currently, but you know, just because someone asks, we'll make it happen.
Right. Yeah. So we would love to see that, man. Like both of you guys are killing it in content creation right now. I feel like if you guys combine your efforts, that's a huge audience that you could put together for it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to that. I'm looking at some of the comments that just came in because Tony's sending them to me. Lady Jupiter says, I have a question for Vetoed. How are you so handsome?
Oh my god. Okay.
All
right.
Like as perfect as it is. What about that? Is there maintenance there?
I mean, there's definitely some maintenance. But
Yeah.
I can't remember my secret,
Yo.
unfortunately. Oh,
Wait, is he back? Is he back?
We're back.
there it is. Welcome back.
Don't know what happened.
Talking about why so handsome. This is very important.
I can't answer that. That's NDA.
His team is NDA too. Apparently, you try to say your team
Wait.
name and you literally cut out.
Oh, yeah, right.
I can't believe the timing of my internet cutting out. It almost looked like I pulled the cord myself, or like
Yeah,
that's
one
what
of
it was.
my teammates were like, "Oh yeah."
All right.
You want me to go back, or are you in the middle?
Let's make it official. Let's make it official.
Okay,
Let's
so-
face it, Halo team is going to win the event.
So the team name is a play on an original Halo team you might have heard of called Final Boss. Our team name is First Boss because obviously Final Boss. If you go into if you're going through the Halo tournament and you end up in the finals against Final Boss, you're like, whoa, like this is like this final big thing to go against. We're First Boss, we're like the tutorial boss. We're just there to give you a little bump in the road, We're going to be there. You'll probably get past this pretty easily. Some absolute beginners might struggle here and there, but, for the most part, it will be pretty easy to get past. But the team names, or the team members, we're not going by our actual, I'm not going by Ubernick in the tournament. Our team, player names are plays on some of the original rosters, or roster. So, for example, there are Ginger 1 and Ginger 2. I'm playing Ginger 2. Obviously for Ogre 1 and Ogre 2.
Why Ginger 2? You had to go because Ogre 2, I guess, is more.
There's actually 2 Gingers on the team, so we were just whatever, Ginger 1, Ginger 2. And I personally prefer Ogre 2, so I was like, I'll be Ginger 2. We have Soft Side. And then we have like washed D. So not washy, we have washed D. So that's gonna be our team. It's just me and a group of friends, just kind of going for the lols. But whenever I get in the Halo 5 2v2 on the Sunday, I'll take that a little bit more serious. So.
Oh, nice.
I was just thinking it would be awesome if you somehow got to top 8 and all the casters have to seriously commentate over you, and you've got I don't know who's casting. I don't know if Walshy's there. Actually, I don't think he is, but it'd be funny if like
going to be there. I know that much.
T-Square will be there, yeah, which he's familiar with that squad for sure. Yeah, but that's pretty great, man. Hopefully you guys, if anything, you're the first boss, so you're going to give confidence to the lower level teams as they get through the bracket. We're there for support. Yeah. So okay. So the next big topic I have here is just kind of the future of Halo, what to look forward to. Of course, MCCPC is one thing, but we also have Halo Infinite. We also more recently have this announcement of Ninja on Mixer. We've got a video for that. Everybody's probably seen it by now, but let's play the Ninja on Mixer announcement video.
I know this may come as a shock to many of you, but as of today, I will be streaming exclusively on Mixer. I know. It's exciting. Yes, the handsome guy in the front.
How is this going to affect your gaming abilities?
It really won't. It's the same me, just a different platform. Yes.
What are you most excited for about this change?
You know, I feel like this is a really good chance to get back in touch with my roots and really remember why I fell in love with streaming in the first place.
Right here, please. I don't got much time left. Ninja.
Yes.
Hey, thank you. I was wondering, what does the switch mean for the future of your hair?
You never know. Wow. I mean, that was one of the best questions I've ever been asked. Wow. Any other questions? Bushy.
How will this affect your win-loss ratio?
I really wouldn't worry too much about my win-loss ratio. I'll be just fine. Steve, the button. Steve. Steve! All right, I'm out.
Now, before we get into like talking about it, there's one more little image that Tashi actually grabbed, and good for Tashi because he got like thousands of likes for this. But who's that hanging out in the back there? It's Master Chief. So what do you guys think of this announcement? This kind of came out of nowhere. What does this mean, I guess, for Mixer? What do you think this might mean for Halo?
I've been thinking a lot about this actually, and what like the grander picture for this is. Obviously, Ninja doesn't need money at this stage, so I'm sure that there is a bigger reason than just, hey, take this big paycheck for going over. I think Microsoft is actually being very smart with this move because they're obviously wanting to get a huge name over to Mixer to finally give it like the superstar streamer that they've been missing. I feel like for the longest time, Mixer, it has streamers, obviously, but none of them, I don't want to sound offensive, but there's not one Mixer streamer that pops in at the top of my head, to be honest with you. Like, I think at Twitch, there's, hundreds of big streamers you can think of, but when it comes to Mixer, I personally can't think of one. But now they have Ninja, the biggest streamer. It kind of makes Mixer a bit more of a viable platform to go over to. I don't want to sound offensive, but it's coming across that way anyway. But I don't know. I feel like it just validates Mixer a lot more now. Yes. They actually have that huge name. Also, I feel like Microsoft is wanting to use Ninja, I guess, in some kind of way for marketing future Microsoft titles, because it's all about going back to his roots. We all know Ninja started with Halo, so I'm going to presume that he'll probably be used in marketing for Infinite in some way, or he will stream MCC when it comes out, under contract or something. Either way, Microsoft are probably going to want to use Ninja to like promote, their games and stuff, which I think is a really smart idea.
Yeah. What do you think, Vito? Probably similar thoughts.
That is a great way to put it. I mean, I think honestly, Twitch kind of needs the competition. Twitch has been just like riding this wave, and like everything's been smooth sailing up to this point for the most part. And I think like I don't want to see people like are starting to see cracks in Twitch, but like it's not obviously it's such a big platform and so much is happening and like there's so much money going into it that like obviously they can't do everything perfectly.
Yeah.
And I think it's good to like kind of spread that out and have the competition that will push Twitch at the same time to get better. So I think it's good for like literally all the platforms, whether it's Mixer, Twitch, or a platform I haven't even heard of yet.
Yeah.
This competition is just, you know, it sparks and motivates people to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, having different options is good, especially because Twitch is a really, really saturated platform. It's kind of having a similar issue that YouTube is having more recently because like literally everyone's trying to like stream and like everyone's just so easy to stream, easier than ever. And it's hard to like stand out because it's so crowded. So I think it's good to have like different options like this. And the fact that Mixer is like to be taken more seriously is great.
Yeah.
And already I'm seeing like new features being implemented for Mixer. Like I saw Streamlabs put out, oh, now we're tracking this, for example. Like I think it was Sparks or something, I forget. But yeah, they're just like starting to push features that make Mixer more relevant. Firstly, I'm excited to see one day maybe there'll be like some Twitch Prime for Mixer. Like maybe like your Xbox Gold will like be used for free sub maybe, or maybe your Game Pass or something.
Right.
So I think it's really interesting to see like what will come out of Mixer in the future.
Yeah.
Even like as someone who plans to stay on Twitch, I think it's just it's good to have options in competition.
Right. Have you tried Mixer before?
I have not. I have an account on there, but not really. Like I've just browsed a little bit, watched people.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm so like deep into the Twitch culture that like it's kind of hard to just like ditch it all together. I don't think I would, but yeah, I'm on there sometimes.
It seems like it would be very hard to compete. Like, is there anything you take issue with on Twitch currently, like that you think should be improved?
I mean, there's definitely been a lot of like issues with inconsistent moderation. Even both Nick and I have been like what I would say unfairly banned in the past when we streamed El Dorito. I don't know if you remember the mod for Halo Online.
Right.
We just like we were told like the next day not to stream it, and then we got banned the day before, and then the next day they were like, yeah, we're not supposed to stream it or make content for it. They're just like, yeah, I mean, you could have just told us instead of just
Right.
But issues like that happen. Like I said, it's such a big platform and so many people and so many streamers to like take care of. They can't obviously do everything perfectly, but all in all, Twitch, first CS and me, great. The staff I've interacted with, talked with, and made plans with have all been like amazing for me. So
yeah,
I have mostly nothing but good things to say about it. But yeah, it's just sometimes here and there.
Did you see how Twitch kind of reacted to Ninja leaving? What they did with his channel in his absence. Did you guys see the whole thing that's been going on about that?
That was bad.
Yeah.
That's something that definitely cannot be defended in my opinion. The way they approached it, especially like without his consent. As far as I can tell, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I'm assuming they didn't have his consent for that. Consent? Sorry, I'm saying that weird. That was pretty whack. Should we talk about it for Paul? We don't know what happened.
So for those who don't know, I guess they were using his account to promote other channels. So if you go to Ninja, you'd say, the Ninja you're looking for is in another castle. But here are other, they use the princess thing, right? And here are other channels you can look at. But then one of the top channels was a porn channel or something, apparently.
Just streaming porn and viewbotting at the type of like the Fortnite directory. Right?
Oh my God.
So obviously that doesn't fly on Twitch to begin with. It's a TOS. There's no excuse to have porn on the website.
Right.
But yeah, apparently it's set up for 2 hours, and it was getting promoted through Ninja's brand. So that extra sucks because this brand is mostly like kids and teenagers who play Fortnite. Right. And like they're seeing that, that makes him look bad.
Yeah.
And that makes Twitch look bad. Like everyone looks bad in the scenario. And so like stuff like that makes you like, it's kind of hard to like defend it and like defend the platform when stuff like that happens.
Yeah, I think in the end of the day, he made the account. It's his account. They have no right in the end to, put that kind of stuff on it. It's like that's the only account on Twitch that had that on it. So
that too.
To me, it didn't make sense just because he's the most followed account, and then he moved to a different platform. At the end of the day, it's still his account. He still had his VODs, his clips. Them doing that made it. I don't know if you could even find it, but made it harder anyway for his followers to go and look at those old clips and old VODs and stuff. So I thought that was kind of ridiculous. I feel like this whole Ninja move to Mixer and then Twitch making all these huge slip ups. It's just kind of like one stumble after another for Twitch right now. But obviously I've been on Twitch for years now. So was John. So I've seen on Twitter like the Twitch is over party, and I'm like, it's just them making a lot of mistakes. They'll learn from it. They'll get better, and they'll improve in the future. Hopefully they improve in the future.
That's kind of the thing that sucks too. Like it's probably like one person or a team, like a small team of people making like a bad decision, and like that reflects on the whole company.
Sure.
And like personally, people, like I said, the people I've interacted with from Twitch are like being amazing people. Like they've offered me like so many opportunities, and like nothing but good things to say about them. So, like that small group of people who made that decision makes everyone look bad.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate. But I still think Twitch is a great platform. But
you guys
live and learn.
Yeah, and you guys are right in that there's a beauty in competition, right? And having a new player in the space, it's going to force everybody to improve as a result. So, I mean, Twitch, they're kind of stumbling a little bit right now, but they regain their footing and they will continue to improve because they have to, because now they have to compete, right? So that's just kind of one good step in the right direction for Mixer. As far as Ninja and Halo goes, of course, you guys know Ninja started in Halo before he absolutely exploded. How far do you think this partnership, or to what extent could this partnership go, basically? Like, could it just be Ninja plays Halo and he's like advertising it or something? Or could they bring him in some way and get his insights on like the next game? Like, it's like, of course, he's such a massive part of the culture, the popular culture surrounding any game. So if they get his insights and feedback, like, I wonder, like, what, how far could they take it?
I feel like having Ninja kind of under the wing of Microsoft in some degree is nothing but a good thing for them. And they know this. They know that Ninja started with Halo. He loves Halo. He was maybe a huge fan of Halo 5, but, in the end of the day, if you love Halo in any capacity, that will never kind of leave you. So I feel like he sees this as a way to potentially help Halo out. Hopefully he'll enjoy Halo Infinite whenever it eventually comes out. But MCC for sure, I can definitely see Microsoft potentially maybe wanting him to, stream that, kind of promote that, be like, hey, it's on PC, check it out.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be huge. They have the biggest streamer in the world promoting, MCC kind of relaunching, having a new life on PC. It's just going to be absolutely huge. And then obviously when Infinite comes out, he'll probably be all over that anyway. So with the backing of Microsoft behind him, it'll be even crazier.
Yeah. I'm sure I'd go as far as to say I'm sure they'll plan events, like entire events around him. Like, how he does this stuff with like Red Bull and whatnot. Like I forget what it's called, Lollapalooza or whatever. I forget. Yeah, I suspect like events like that for Halo, and like you get like all these Halo crowds showing up, and like you promote the game, talk about the game, and have like these crazy events going on. I can see stuff like that in the future for sure.
And does that get you guys? Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, does that get you guys excited for the grind going forward? Like, I mean, having Ninja kind of in the picture now, putting spotlight on players who have been playing Halo forever, right? Like somebody who's been grinding Halo for a long time. Ninja is so closely connected to this Halo community. He's like a friend of a friend, or he's the friend of like so many Halo players. So I guess you wouldn't get hosted from him unless you're on Mixer, but it just kind of creates all this new opportunity for Halo, more incentive to continue to grind the game and to be in the space, which is amazing, I think.
Absolutely,
yeah. So as far as today's topics go, that would cover pretty much everything I wanted to chat with you guys about. But we do have our Q&A, so let's hit this quick. And see what everybody's saying in the chat, see what they want to ask you. Now, the first question I had brought up to Vetoed because you were away briefly there, Nick. But Fat Bass had asked if you guys would ever want to do a collab on a video or a live stream. What are your thoughts on that, Nick?
Nah, we're not.
Nah?
I'm totally joking. No, I would absolutely love to collab in any way with John. And I definitely, honestly, I don't know why we haven't so far. There's no real reason. It's like, I don't know. I would love to do like a co-stream sometime. Potentially whenever Reach comes out in PC, we can definitely, do some of that kind of stuff. Definitely want to have John on my YouTube channel as well. So definitely expect a lot of collabs going into the future for sure. Just, I don't know. I feel like we do very different stuff on our streams. So it's kind of like, that's not like an excuse to not do stuff together. But, I typically just like reach out to the people that I know do the similar stuff. But I think going into the future, I want to reach out to the people that do different stuff because it brings a whole new perspective into whatever content I make from it. So yeah, having John carry me in some games would be great.
Yeah,
he'll be carrying me.
Syndicate says, hey guys, first time typer, first time watcher. I quit Halo after Reach and joined the army and quit playing as much and eventually fell off and started playing League of Legends, but now Halo is coming to PC, and I think I'll play more. Do you guys want it to be cross-platform?
Oh, absolutely. I think cross-platform, anything that allows people to connect, like no matter where they're at, is great. And I think Fortnite, it's probably the biggest reason Fortnite has been so successful. Well,
Yes.
besides the fact that it's free, but like, crossplay has been such a big component of that. Just knowing it, like I can get on my PC and play with whoever on Xbox. It's also a great thing for a streamer or a content creator because it can be like, all right, guys, just join up on me. Doesn't matter what you're playing on, just join up on me. Yeah, I think that's great. So absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people are concerned with like mouse and keyboard versus controller.
Right.
But honestly, most of the games that have been on both console and PC usually do it pretty well. Like Apex, for example, like has a really good balance of it. Destiny is another one that comes to mind. Like playing controller, mouse, and keyboard, and PC both work really well.
Minus the FPS issues between console and PC, though.
Right. Yeah. Definitely. Right.
Yeah.
But like the way it feels, I think Halo can do the same thing with mouse and keyboard versus controller and like offer crossplay, hopefully. So yeah, definitely wish and hope it's a thing.
Yeah. You agree, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, basically exact same here. I think it'd be cool if there was like an option, maybe, I don't know how difficult it would be, but, maybe if a PC player is playing with a controller, console players could maybe be like, I only want to match people that are using a controller, but at the end of the day, it's like, how could you know that they wouldn't just unplug the controller mid-game and then switch over to keyboard or something? But I think having like a toggle is definitely like needed, but I would love to see that because as John said, if I'm playing with my viewers, I do a lot of viewer games. Basically, every stream of mine is just one big viewer game. And if I move to PC, I'm leaving all my Xbox players, alone. So I would love to have crossplay so I could still play and do exactly what I do now, but I can still play on PC. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of a no-brainer. It definitely needs to happen. At the bare minimum, just having a toggle to switch on if you want to play with PC or if you want to play with console, and you can just turn it on and off. You can just play with console if you want, or you can do console and PC. You can take the risk, whatever it is. And like you guys said, mouse and keyboard versus controller. Yeah, mouse and keyboard has maybe a higher skill ceiling, but we're seeing time and time again, controller players are still very, very powerful, even against mouse and keyboard players. Snipedown's been freaking killing it recently. That's a perfect example.
And also a population as well, a lot on console.
Right.
So that'll be a huge booster for that.
Definitely. Yeah. Just in general, it's access to the game is the key now, right? I mean, Fortnite's on every single platform. It's on your cell phone. It's everywhere. Right. And that's why it's so successful. Holic says Halo have a superiority over rival games for content on Xbox 360 with file sharing and being able to replay gameplay in theater mode for montages, etc. Would Halo Infinite benefit from similar file share if possible?
I mean, I think obviously from a content creator standpoint, that is absolutely huge. Like the biggest, well, maybe not the biggest, but one of the biggest things that I really want in Infinite is like a top tier, Fortnite level minimum theater mode in Halo Infinite. With Halo 5, we had a deal with a pretty really less than average theater mode. It replayed laggy. It made clips and films look weird. There's no real way to save clips individually like back in Halo 3. It just was an overall, I loved Halo 5, but it was a bad system. It just was not, objectively, it just wasn't good. So with Infinite, I hope they now realize content creation is a huge part of any game. I firmly believe that content creators make or break video games these days. So if they want it to be successful, they need to make sure that they give content creators, montagers, YouTubers, streamers, the tools to, make the best quality content they can.
Yeah, definitely. Vetoed, I know you make a bunch of amazing montages. I'm sure you'd want some upgrades to theater and file share, things like that.
It's been extremely frustrating to try and you can't even rewatch clips for the most part. It's gotten to the point where I can just go in the custom game and stage angles. I just pretend I'm in a game when I'm not really, and then just cut that angle and throw the clip after it,
Interesting.
So that's definitely very, very time consuming compared to just having the file saved, knowing where it is, and just rewatching it and just boom, you capture different angles.
Right.
So it takes a lot more work to even just make a montage. I know it's been hugely demotivating for a lot of montagers. That's been a reason montagers kind of stay away from the game itself.
Yeah.
But I think Halo 3 file share was honestly such a good system, not just because it was essentially social media within the game.
Yeah.
But also because the files were tiny. And that's why you're able to transfer all the files and carry them over to MCC so easily. The files are all tiny, whether it's a map or a game type or even films. Because it's not an actual film, It's it's just replaying the game, all the different inputs as they happen. So like you can like watch them in 3D and watch around them. So like it's different from a video file in that sense. And that's how they're like able to keep them to like such tiny video files. And that's honestly it was groundbreaking. It's such like a crazy system to think about. So hopefully we can like just. It's not even something that I feel they need to innovate upon. They just like can bring it back as it is and be like super happy. Personally, I think.
To give you guys an idea of just how solid the theater mode in Halo 3 was, I actually used it heavily just today for a video that I'm making. I was recording a video, and unfortunately the gameplay recording was just like terrible. I was using like a different like way of recording. It just ended up being terrible. So it was a campaign video that I was recording. I was in there for over an hour. I was able to go into MCC Halo 3 Theater and record the entire game for 1 hour and get the footage that I needed, just because the theater mode works so well. Versus Halo 5, I feel like I'm just bashing Halo 5, but with Halo 5, first of all,
you're not wrong,
there's no theater in campaign in the first place, so the video would have been a bust. And even if it was like a multiplayer game, it would have been, unusable anyway. So Halo 3 theater mode has like stood the test of time basically really well. So I'm excited to see how it innovates in the future.
Yeah, it's one of the big reasons why Halo kind of struggles today to maintain the popularity that he had back in Halo 3, is that Halo 3 had this massive package and every part of the package just worked so well, and it came out at this perfect time. It's just this perfect storm, and it set such a precedent that the other games aren't even able to follow. Like, it just had so much content that worked so well that the other games can't even seem to just have that. So, I mean, Vito, you were saying just as like a basis, can we just have that back? Can we just have theater in the way it worked even just in Halo 3, and then if they can find some new way to innovate beyond that, that would be amazing. That would be the Halo of our dreams. So
absolutely,
so hopefully they can do that. The LV Adam, I'm bad with names, guys. Sorry. 224 Nick, you're amazing at Halo. Why do you always die immediately in Gladiator on H5?
This is such a niche question that only my stream would understand. Basically, whenever I stream Halo 5, we always ended by playing custom games, and my favorite custom game to play on stream is one called Gladiators. It's basically just you're in like an arena where you have to be the last survivor. I always end up dying first for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess my chat just hacks. It's not fair whatsoever.
It's like a single life game type or something?
Yeah. So you spawn with random weapons, and then you're like behind a shield. You basically have to try and take everyone else out around you without dying.
Oh my god.
Intense.
So it just there's no specific reason. You just get hunted and taken out.
Yeah, they all just go after me because I guess my stream perspective is there, so they know exactly what one.
Right. Stream sniping you. Yeah. You can call me Ruin says, question for Ubernick and Vetoed. In order to have a solid footing to stream Halo Infinite when it comes out, should I continue to grind Halo 5 or add MCC as well to the stream?
I'd say, well, considering that MCC is gonna have like this big update with Reach and like coming to PC soon, I think there's gonna be a lot of hype surrounding it. Yeah. So I think it would be a great starting point to focus on. Having said that, I don't want to discredit Halo 5 in any way, shape, or form. It's definitely still a valuable game for content. There's stuff that I'm learning every day when I play the game, and like there's stuff to teach people as well, and just like interesting content that's still being released. So I think mixing it up is definitely a safe bet, but like really just try both and see what works for you. That's how I look at it.
I think if you're trying to build a community or like your stream or YouTube or whatever, it's always very important to kind of follow what the next big hype thing is. Back whenever Halo 5 just came out, I would always make like an update video on the updates that came out for the game. I always like cover what's in the update, go over that, and then kind of draw new people in that way. So obviously MCC is getting the big update. That's going to be where all the hype is in the next year until Infinite starts to come out. So I'd say follow MCC for the most part. Again, as John said, Halo 5, a lot of people will think it only has 12 players, but in reality, Halo 5 still has a very strong player base. People still love watching Halo 5. So, MCC and Halo 5 are both very viable. If you want to bounce between the two, it's probably the best way to go. If one day I don't want to stream Halo 5, I have MCC. If I don't do MCC, I have Halo 5. They're good options to bounce off each other.
Yeah. Great points for sure. I think if MCC wasn't in this state where it's about to hit PC and it's going to be massive, then I would say specializing would probably be a good idea, because I mean, playing one game, building community on one game just makes sense. But considering the fact that the hype wave is going to go over to MCC very soon, you're definitely going to want to include that in your gameplay. I know, Vetoed, you were talking about Halo 5 on PC recently, actually, and the fact that you wanted to play something about Forge being terrible on Halo 5 on PC. And it also made me think, like, could they ever add it to the collection at some point? Just, lop it into the end, put Halo 5 on the MCC collection. That'd be amazing.
That'd be crazy. Just the game. The game needs a lot of polishing.
What's wrong with it?
Well, I remember
Where
this
to
issue.
begin?
I tried to I was going on. You know how I stage angles for montages and stuff. Not clips, angles. I figured it would be easier on PC. It would be easier on PC because the game is a better resolution. You can make it look better and whatnot because it's PC. It's stronger. But I found out that whenever you alt tab in a game, it crashes. It seems like 95% of the time, if you alt tab, it just crashes, and that's a pretty big deal. I mean, when you're playing PC and let's say you have 2 monitors, or even if you just have 1 monitor, you want to alt tab sometimes, just see what's going on, whether it's Discord or whatever, and it just crashes. They're just you have to relaunch it and just And there's some performance issues as well. It doesn't run all that well. It's clearly it was built as a tool to forge on and test maps to see if they work well. Not really to just dedicate your entire experience to, if that makes sense.
On mouse and keyboard, does it feel like a PC game, or it feels like a console game on PC? You know what I mean?
It feels like a PC game with heavy aim.
Interesting.
So that's not the greatest thing for anyone using mouse and keyboard. Obviously, using a mouse for the 1-1 ratio, the perfect, consistent distance, and just having heavy aim on a mouse is not the greatest thing.
Not ideal. Yeah.
Thankfully, Halo 5 kind of makes up for it. There's a decent amount of magnetism that makes it still work. And it's still definitely harder to use mouse and keyboard than use a controller. But yeah, it's
true. Well, it would be nice if they eventually have a package that has everything Halo, so we can all just go to the same place.
That would be really cool. Sure.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Hannibal Bongoose says, question for both Ginger Fro. Ginger Fro? I don't know what
Ginger
is that.
Okay.
Ginger Fro. Combine you guys together. This is what your babies will look like.
When we make a video together, our thumbnail will be you with a ginger afro.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, yes.
That has to happen.
I will make sure that happens.
Remorseless. Question for both. What is an efficient way to build an audience streaming? This is the last question.
I mean, there's some obvious tips, I guess, is consistency. You want to be there as often as you can. Maybe not Action Man levels, because he takes it to that next level. But, I feel like if you're just starting, you need to find your niche. That's what I always tell people. You need to find the niche. You can't just jump into Fortnite and just expect to blow up and be the next Tfue, because it's never going to happen. You're at the bottom of a huge list. Whereas I started making Halo content back in 2014. I landed on Halo after years of doing Call of Duty and other games, and I was like, you know what? I love Halo. There's not that many people doing it. Let me give this a go. It ended up working out for me after doing it for a little while. It's never going to be an overnight success, unfortunately, but find your niche and then just go, ham on it. Basically, just don't let the days where you get 10 views in a video dampen your spirits, because everyone's been there. You need to just keep pushing through, keep being very innovative with your ideas. You need to look at what other people are doing. With Warzone, for example, with Halo 5, I looked at what other people were doing with the rec showcases, and then I was like, how could I put my own spin on that? So I did my first time using, so it kind of had my personality while also doing a rec showcase, and then that ended up popping off a little bit for me. So it's all about trial and error, finding what works for you, finding what type of content works for you, and also you need to make sure that you have somewhat of a schedule as well, because if people know you're going to be live at a certain time, they'll keep coming back. Like making a schedule for my stream, I sometimes go into my chat just before I'm about to go live, and people are already there chatting, before I'm even live, because they know I'm about to go there. So just kind of letting people know where to find your content at what time, I think, is for streamers the most important part.
Yeah, those are all great points all around. I will say, getting started as a stream is kind of tough. I think it's good to so essentially you want obviously a small amount of viewers, so you can kind of just be above a stream that has completely 0 viewers, right? So you don't have to scroll all the way down to find a stream. Yeah. So it's good to at first when you're getting started, to tell your friends, hey, check out my stream, I'm streaming, we can play together or whatnot, and just build that that small audience of people you're close to, and then eventually people will start seeing you higher in the directory, like check you out. I will say a good tip also is just YouTube is probably the biggest way to get yourself discovered, because the way like the search algorithms work and like you can use tags, keywords, whatnot. That is a great way to get yourself out there, and like covering stuff that's new that people might not have covered yet is obviously a great way to stand out. So you really want to be like at the forefront of stuff, you know, whether it's a new game or like new update or whatever. You want to be out there and like trying it in some way. That's a good way, in my opinion, to really get yourself out there. But yeah, if you're really gonna focus on streaming though, definitely try to have your close friends check you out at first to get you that little viewer boost, which will help you stand out.
Yeah.
But yeah, YouTube personally, I think is really the best way to get yourself discovered. And you can just bring people over from like YouTube to like your stream, for example, or even Twitter to your stream, etc. So it's good to be active on different social media in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going on from John's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's also really important to just like not do everything the same way as someone else. You know, like you might have someone you really look up to. Right. Like, all right, this guy is awesome. You know, let me just do exactly what he's doing, and hopefully it works out for me.
Yeah.
You really want to like Nick said, what is what do you call it? First time using. You want to like kind of put your own twist on it and make it interesting in your own way. And that's really important, just to not be like a carbon copy of someone else. You know, just like be your own self. Find something interesting that you're bringing to the table, and just like kind of write off of that. You know.
I just want to go off John's point a little bit about like using other platforms to expand your stream. I feel like that is actually probably one of the best tips you can give to someone. I feel like a lot of people limit themselves to only one platform at a time, and then it doesn't grow, and then they just give up. Whereas, for example, with me and my stream, whenever I started back in 2016, I took my YouTube audience over initially, and then went to Twitch. So I never actually had to go through that 1-2 viewer range. I went straight to like 15 to 20 from the get-go, which was obviously a huge help, but it's because I put those years into YouTube. So I feel like it's very important, even though it's a lot more work, you're always plugging away at all these different social medias, you know, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, whatever else there is. You know, it's very important you spread your reach as far as you can into all these different places, because the farther you spread, the more you can bring it back into wherever you want to focus it, you know, Twitch, obviously.
Yeah. I think all amazing points for sure. I definitely agree with you, Nick, as far as having some sort of a YouTube audience that you can start at your lowest level on Twitch with, 15 to 20 viewers or something, so you get past that threshold of people who just have the 1 or 0, whatever it is. Definitely huge. I guess the only thing I could think of is just try to think of what you uniquely provide as an individual versus everybody else. Is there something that you do, something about you, whether you're funny, you speak in a certain way, maybe you're amazing at the game, whatever it is. If there's something that you do that you think is unique and separates you from the audience, I would play into that as much as you can, and make sure you love what you do and you're passionate about what you do, and you can stay consistent on that.
That's definitely the most important. I feel like
biggest thing.
You need the passion. If you're just like kind of don't care and like you're just like whatever, I want to stream to make money, or like that's not a good mindset to go in with. You really gotta like care about the game and really like push yourself in different ways. I feel like. So that's definitely important to keep in mind.
Yeah. So Remorseless, thank you for that question. Great last question to close out the chat today, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I was excited to get you guys on here. The moment I messaged you guys on Twitter and just saw that you're happy to come back was amazing. I knew it was going to be a fun time chatting with you guys.
That was great. Yeah, thank you for having us.
It was a blast. Yeah, awesome. A lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem. I'm excited to see what you guys have in the near future. I know we're still waiting on MCC PC, but both of you have been still killing it in content, regardless of the fact that, Halo seems to be going through a bit of a rough patch right now. I can only see big things for you guys if you continue like you are. So happy for all you. Just so much success we're still seeing, even though Halo's in this position. Like just talking about Action Man at the start of the stream, that you keep on that grind, and there's a lot of there's a big future ahead. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and hopefully I get to see you guys around soon.
Yeah, likewise. I was like, wait, what is he saying?
Oh, did the link come up on the bottom? Is that what it was?
No, that's all right.
Oh, you're just all right, and then Tony cuts the screen out. But guys, that will close our interview for today. That's Ubernick and Vetoed. Of course, you guys know them. You can see them on YouTube and on Twitch.tv, and I'm sure they'll be streaming on Twitch very soon as well. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream once again. I know a lot of you were waiting in the chat for the Grassroots giveaway. If you type !Grassroots, you have a chance to win the VR skin and the nameplate. Tony is going to send me the winner. We're going to find out who it is And I will be sitting here idly by. Remember, guys, I'd like to also say that if you missed out on today's episode, of course, it's live right now on twitch.tv. It will also go up on YouTube either later tonight or tomorrow. You can also listen to this on Spotify, on iTunes. There are plenty of ways for you to engage with HCS Weekly and enjoy it when you're on the go. So highly recommend you guys check that out. We have our winner. It's Steve No Wonder who wins the BR skin and nameplate. I'm sure Tony will find a way to get that over to you. Congratulations. Enjoy the goodies. We also have our merch, speaking of goodies, that we can throw up as well. Anything that you buy here not only supports the stream, it supports me as well. And of course, as usual, guys, I would highly appreciate that. That'll close the show for today. By the way, guys, speaking of live streams, a lot of live stream chatting today. I will actually be jumping on my own live stream. It's supposed to go live at 8 p.m. It's 7:55 where I am right now. So somehow I'm going to figure out how to get that up immediately after the show, and I believe UGC will throw the host over to me. So if you guys enjoy the show, if you enjoy watching me talk about Halo, I'll be talking about Halo in another 10 minutes or so from now on my channel, twitch.tv/the ShyWay. So feel free to check that out, guys. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you again next week.